7, you can force almost anything to be reasonably effective by simply dumping a bunch of resources into upgrades. The problem is, most aren't going to last forever, and so for each one, you're forced to make a decision. Do you upgrade them to keep them relevant, or do you put your resources into buying higher tier mechs and let the old ones just lose value? The answer is not the same for every mech, so this video is just going to go through each of the tiers, explaining which ones I think do the best when upgraded. I'll be breaking this video into 3 different sections based on squad power, but first you need to know the fundamental concept behind how much you should upgrade things if you decide to do so. And before you skip ahead, because I know you want to, it's less important to know what I say and more important to know why I say it. That way you can answer your own questions and you don't need to wait for me to make a video on it, which sometimes takes a really long time. So yeah, getting into the explanation, it should first be noted that every mech and weapon has a maximum level, which is the same for every single one, and that is rank 6 level 7. After you reach that point, you can't upgrade it anymore. That's the best performance you're ever going to get from it, apart from minor optimizations you could get from like mods or pilots. Now, how much it costs to upgrade each item depends on what it is, but in short, lower grades cost much less to upgrade, but they also have much worse overall stats. You can see this difference yourself by checking the in-game stats sheet for each thing, found by pressing here in the item overview. We're going to be focusing on mechs here, but just keep in mind that weapons work the same way. Okay, now to decide how much to upgrade something, you just need to know what your best mech is. Now let's say you're in tier 3 and your best mech is Guardian. You're wondering how much you should upgrade Slingshot. Guardian is a rare mech and it starts at rank 3. We can assign that mech a total effectiveness score based on 2 different metrics: the mech's rank and the mech's grade. So the grade is simply the rarity, in this case it's rare, and the rank is just the number of stars on the mech that's seen here. For the grade, you just start from the bottom and count up. So common is 1, uncommon is 2, rare is 3, epic is 4, and legendary is 5. You might also notice this is the starting rank of each of those mechs, which makes it easy to remember. Okay, so once you have the grade score, which for Guardian is always 3 because it's rare, you just add to that the rank score, which in this case also happens to be 3 because it is rank 3. And you get a total value of 6. So from here, all you want to do is match that total score with whatever other mechs you decide you want to upgrade. In this example, we'll use Slingshot. So as you can see, Slingshot is uncommon, which means it has a grade score of only 2. This means it needs to be rank 4 in order to have a total score of 6. And this is the baseline we'll be working with. For every grade lower, it should be that many ranks higher to have a similar performance. Now, I've used this on my free-to-play account ever since I started it, and it has worked flawlessly. And you might be wondering, well, Ruffles, what if I can upgrade it more? Isn't a rank 6 Slingshot better than rank 4? And this is where you expose the slippery slope that leads to terrible matchmaking, super unfair bots, and a losing streak that forever haunts your nightmares. See, the system I recommend isn't just about what I think is fair in terms of performance. It's also loosely what the game's matchmaking system uses to determine how good your hanger is. Squad power is not the only factor. It's never been the only factor. When putting you into a battle, the game will also consider your win rate, your average kills and average damage, and also what your strongest mech is. So by upgrading Slingshot too much in this scenario, the game's matchmaking system would think that you're actually a lot stronger than you really are and put you into battles to match that Slingshot. And your Slingshot would do fine in those matches, but everything else in your hanger would not, and they'd fall way behind because your next best mech, being Guardian in this example, would be 2 ranks lower than what it should be. Okay, so now you understand the system I use and why it's super important to not upgrade stuff too much. With that in mind, let's move into section 1, also known as early game. If you're around 2000 SP or less, SP being your squad power, also known as hanger power, which is this number right here. If that number is 2000 or less, you're probably in Gear Hub tiers 3 or 4. In that case, your average mech will be rank 3 rare, which is the same as the example I used before. Now, we'll largely be using average mechs for the sake of this video. Just keep in mind that it's okay to upgrade stuff not enough. You just want to make sure that you don't upgrade stuff too much. So with that said, you have 2 major options in terms of upgrading lower tier mechs. You can either upgrade a common one to rank 5, or you can upgrade an uncommon one to rank 4. There are some mechs I think are good to upgrade, but there are also some mechs that I think should never be upgraded. To start, Homa and MD are 2 mechs I think you should always avoid upgrading. Puma's ability is a lot worse than Panther's. Even if you upgrade it, Puma just doesn't have much value, so I would hold off on that and just wait to get Panther instead. MD is a similar case, except there's no epic version that's any better. MD's ability is just a bit weak, and the mech stats themselves don't really make up for that. Lancer, on the other hand, is one I think most players could benefit from in the early and mid game. The stats aren't great, but the ability helps you get to some really OP spots. And I'm being dead serious when I say that I fully rely on my Lancer to carry on certain maps. Even at 4000 SP, where my free-to-play account is currently at, because it's nearly impossible to kill that thing if you play it well. Paragon, Slingshot, and Juggernaut will be your 3 other options, and although Paragon and Juggernaut can be okay, I would say Slingshot is the better choice after Lancer. Slingshot is basically just a budget kill shot. The ability is the exact same, it just starts with lower stats. Paragon would be okay as well. The issue is that its main perk is high energy capacity, and you don't really have decent high energy weapons at this stage of the game, and even if you did, you'd need to then upgrade them to rank 6 in order to use 2 of them, which just makes Paragon a bit more expensive overall, and it's not really an ideal choice. So yeah, just recap, early game, which is around 2000 SP or lower, your best options are going to be Lancer and Slingshot, with Puma and MD being ones you should absolutely not do. Moving into mid game, which is about 3000 to 5000 SP, you should be between Gear Hub tiers 5 and 7. In this case, you're probably mostly using rank 4 epic mechs with maybe 1 legendary. Rank 4 epic is what I'm currently using on my free-to-play account, and to match that performance with lower tier mechs, you have 3 options. Rank 5 rare mechs, rank 6 uncommon mechs, or max level common mechs. And this is the exact reason I've been using a maxed Lancer alongside my epic mechs for the last few months. People have asked me a lot whether or not they should max their Lancer, and this video should explain why you should make sure not to max it out if you don't need to, or if your other stuff is too weak, right? You don't want to over level something because that would not be good for you. As far as Lancer goes, in this stage of the game, I think it's still one of the best options. The ability is very useful, and you won't be able to replace that kind of playstyle until you buy Lacewing. It's the only other mech that can even do it, which Lacewing happens to be in Gear Hub tier.